ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 348, exercise 6, and this is a level 2 exercise, and it reads like this.
Discharge 1. Electively induced abortion complete.
Okay.
Discharge 2. Same patient. Sepsis following induced abortion during previous admission.
Okay. This is something new here. We have 2 discharges and they want both codes. So the first discharge is an electively induced abortion and it's complete. And the second discharge is for the same patient. It's a sepsis following induced abortion during the previous admission. Okay? That's the problem. Now we're going to count to 3 so you can pause the video and give us the ICD-10 code for this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3 codes. The first code is Z33.2. The second code is 008.0, right?
Yes, 0.
Can you copy that 0 there? Instead of, it looks like it's O. All right. And the third code is Z3A00. Okay? So, did you get that? If you got it, congratulations. If you didn't get it, let's give you a tip. A few tips. First tip.
Level 2 difficulty. There are 3 codes.
Why are we considering this level 2? Because you have to give us 3 codes. It's not just 1, but it's 3 codes, right? Okay, the second tip.
Start with abortion induced for the first and second code.
Right, for the first and second code, you start with the same thing, abortion induced. For the second code, you have to remember that it's sepsis. So somewhere in there, you're going to put in sepsis, okay? So those are the 2 first codes. What about the tip 3?
The third code is for weeks of gestation, unspecified.
Okay.
Any code within 000 through 09A has to have a third code for weeks of gestation.
See note.
Under Z3A, weeks of gestation.
Yeah, and then since the second code falls within this range, then you need an extra third code for the weeks of gestation. Okay? So with these steps, you should be able to get the path now, the path to the answers. Okay? So we're going to count to 3. So you can pause the video and then give us the path to the answers. All right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do the summary of the whole problem. Discharge 1 is electively induced abortion and is complete. Discharge 2 for the same patient is a sepsis following induced abortion during previous admission. Okay, the code number 1 is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to abortion complete.
You start with abortion complete and then induced and
C33.2.
Yeah, for the first discharge, all they want to do, all the code that has to describe is an induced abortion complete. Induced abortion complete, right? And that's the code. Now we're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code 1 through the tabular is found like this.
First you go to tabular.
Go to the tabular.
Then their first 3 characters. Z33.
You start with the first 3, and what is that?
Pregnant state.
Pregnant state. And then add 1 more character.
Z33.2.
Which is?
Termination of pregnancy.
Termination of pregnancy or abortion, right? It is the same thing, right? That's why we have an equal sign there, which means that we check this code already. Now for the code number 2, we're going to code the discharge number 2, right? What is that? It's sepsis following abortion. So the code number 2 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to abortion.
Abortion complete, right?
Yes.
And then?
Induced.
And then?
Sepsis,
right? And the code that they give us is?
004.87.
Right. Now we're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code 2 through the tabular is found like this.
First you go to tabular.
Go to the tabular.
Then you go to 004.
You start with 004. And what is that?
Complications.
Complications due to?
Induced termination of pregnancy.
Induced termination of pregnancy, which is exactly what we have. It was a sepsis that came after the abortion, right? So we're going to add one more character.
004.8. And that's unspecified.
Unspecified. Why is it unspecified? Just 1 second, so we can tell you exactly why is it unspecified. 043, right?
Right.
43. 0048. Unspecified and unspecified complications, right?
Yes.
Okay, because the previous ones, they have very specific reasons, right? Like genital tract infection or excessive hemorrhage or embolism. They tell you the cause, which is sepsis, but they don't tell you exactly what caused the sepsis, right? So that's what is unspecified, right?
Right.
And so the next one would be the 7, right?
Yes.
And the 7, they'll tell you that the general condition, which is the sepsis, right?
Yes.
And so that's why there's an equal sign at the end, right?
Right.
And that means that we double check the second code. Now, due to the second code falls within the range that we already know that there has to be a third code because it falls within the range, right? And this range needs to have an additional code. So the code number 3 is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to pregnancy.
Pregnancy.
Weeks of gestation.
Weeks of gestation.
And not specified.
Not specified because the program doesn't tell us. So what is that?
C3A.00.
And now we're going to check this in the tabular. The code 3 to the tabular is found like this.
Z3A.
C3A.
Is weeks of gestation.
Uh-huh.
Oh, first you go to tabular.
Tabular, okay.
Then Z3A, weeks of gestation.
Uh-huh.
Then you see this note, any codes within 000 through 09A has to have a third code. Finally for that?
An additional code, right?
Yes.
It could be a second or a third. In this case, it's an additional code, an additional code.
Okay.
And additional code.
Additional code.
For weeks of gestation, right?
Right.
So, then you go there and C3A.0 is
unspecified.
And C3A.00 is
not specified.
Not specified because we don't have the weeks of gestation. That's why there is an equal sign at the end, and that is our third code. So again, the answers for this exercise is C33.2, O04.87, and Z38.00. Okay? Thanks for watching, and please visit our website.